Pranav Gua Thakurta from our famous program, My Educational Voyage. This is a program of all top Indian educationists. Today, we have Mr. Bist with us, Mr. Trilok Singh Bist, who is a principal of Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, Vasundhara. Sir is also nominated for Padma Shri Award, which is one of the highest civilian awards in India. Sir, you were born in Pithoragarh, in a very small town in the hills, in the Kumaon Hills. Then you shifted to Dehradun in 1973, in the school capital of India. Now, you are one of the famous school principals of India because you are a principal of a NCR school, that too of Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, Vasundhara. Sir, how was this journey?
Good morning, Pranav. I'm Trilok Singh Bist, the principal of Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, Vasundhara. And my journey starts way back in 1969 when I was born in a very small remote village called Agar in Pithoragarh, which was almost 14 kilometers walk away from the main Pithoragarh. I was born in such a remote area, and then in 73, since my father was in Indian Army, he brought us to Dehradun. And when I came here in Dehradun, there was a KG school called FRI Kindergarten. So I was admitted there. There was a teacher called Pushpa Pant ma'am, who was my first teacher. When I came to Dehradun, I didn't know how to speak in Hindi or English. Forget about English, I didn't know how to speak Hindi also because I only spoke Kumaoni language because I was from a very remote area. So she took 6-7 months to train me. And in 1974, I got admission in KVFRI. Kendriya Vidyalaya FRI was one of the premier institutions in our time, and admissions were very tough. But my teacher, Pushpa ma'am, prepared me so well that I could get into it with the entrance exam at that time also. And then my 12 years journey at Kendriya Vidyalaya FRI was very fruitful. All my teachers had given me special love by my music teacher, Mr. S.N. Patil, and my Sanskrit teacher, Mrs. Krishna Sharma, and my English teacher, Mr. Kedarnath Pandey, and so many more had given me so much love and affection that I was amongst the toppers in the school throughout my 12 years. And I had been the school captain also. And I think that 12 years really made me what I am today. I give all credit to my teachers. After 12th, I went to DBS college there in Dehradun, which was very difficult to get admission again. So I did my BSc from there in physics, chemistry, and geology. And it was such a wonderful experience. Then I did my MA in economics from DPS. Then I did my MSc in mathematics from DAV College. Then I did my B.Ed from Annamalai University. And meanwhile, when I was doing my MA in economics, one fine evening, I find that one Dr. R.S. Narula, along with his father-in-law, who used to live in Premnagar and Dehradun in our neighborhood, comes to my house and says, "Aisa hai Lakshman ji, hum aapke bete ko lekar ja rahe hain." I didn't know what were they talking. Then they said, we have opened a new school called Doon International School in Lakhimpur Kheri, in Palya area, and we want to take him as a teacher there. So somehow my father was not interested, but I heard 1,650 rupees in 1990 was a big amount. And I said, I'm going. And I went there because I was very passionate about teaching. When I was in class 5th, my Sanskrit teacher was Mrs. Chaya Khanna. And what she used to teach, Chaya Sharma ma'am. What Chaya Sharma ma'am used to teach me in the fifth class, I used to teach that to class 6 in the 9th period, which was a free period. So I used to teach class 6 when I was in class 5. So my passion right from the childhood was into teaching. After 12th, my father wanted me to try for IMA and for Army. I did give my NDA, cleared everything, but didn't go. After my graduation, again, I did my clear my CDS and even my administrative services, where in the administrative services in the interview round, I was not selected, but yet my passion was into teaching. So I think what I wanted, I am. That's why the work is not a burden for me. It becomes a, work has become like my passion, and work is the same. So I do, whatever I do it happily. I can extend for 12, 15 hours at a straight because it gives me a lot of joy. I think I'm very super positive with this all. In 1990, I joined as a teacher at the Doon International School in Palyakala, Lakhimpur Kheri, which is owned by Mr. Jagat Chaudhary now. And I worked with him also as a principal from 2007 to 2010 in Lakhimpur Kheri. So in between, I was there from 92 to 2007. I was working as a HOD and the senior coordinator with Scholars Home Senior Secondary School in Dehradun, which is again one of the very premier schools of Dehradun, almost 75 years old school. And a lot of learning from there. Also, the principal, Mrs. Chai Khanna, Mr. Ex-principal, Mr. Rajiv Khanna, and the founder, Mrs. Sushila Khanna, gave a lot of training to me. I think there was a lot of learning. Wherever you go, if you work with a full passion, there's a lot of learning. If you think that the work is not work, it becomes your devotion and dedication and really makes a lot of difference to you. I think that school made a lot for me. Then in 2007 to 10, I picked up the principalship of Doon International School. I brought the school to a good level. My students from Doon International School, which is a rural area, Lakhimpur Kheri mein, Palya is a very rural area. And I worked there for 3 years as a principal. Just wanted to give back to the society, and I could do a lot over there. What we did was, before the RTE came, we used to go to the villages and find out the children who are good at studies or ones who were having the acumen. We picked them up and free of cost we gave them the education at Doon International School. And I can very proudly proclaim that many of my students from Doon International School are all over the globe today. From such a small little place, they're all over the globe. Because I come from a very humble background. I come from a very small village and a town. So I think everybody has a chance. Everybody should get a chance and opportunity to grow up in life. I think that was a wonderful experience there. Then in 2010, I joined one of the most elitist girls' residential school in Dehradun called as Unison World School, where the tagline was Sarvagun Sampan. We wanted the women empowerment. We wanted our girls to be Sarvagun Sampan and could stand shoulder to shoulder with the men folk in the world. And there also we did a lot of community services, going to the Cheshire home, taking the girls to different hutments, taking them to the poor people, taking them to the orphanages, making them feel the pleasure of sharing and caring and, thinking about this also. I think that was a wonderful experience. That school is also doing very well. It's #1 in Uttarakhand at the moment as a residential school and #2 all over India as per the Education World Ranking. Then I shifted to Jodhpur in 2012. Jodhpur Public School is a school in Jammu. And in Jammu and Kashmir, it's not so easy. You have to take the task and you have to accept the challenge. And I accepted the challenge. And I worked there as a principal from 2012 to 2019. We had achieved a lot of commendations over there. Our children did so beautifully. If you talk about CBSE results, we had given the merit list holders from Jodhpur Public School. We also had our school ranked #1 school for 6 years in a row by the Education World. Our children had been doing so well. We had won the TV quizzes. I think our children went, wherever they went, they've done exceedingly well. Because I believe the school has to be learner-centric. We made it a learner-centric that the children were the helm of affairs. We kept everything running around the students. Students were given a lot of confidence. And for that confidence, what I could see that we had given them the freedom. We made it a learner-centric school. What NEP is coming up with now, we did it 7 years back in Jodhpur Public School, where our children were the event managers. If it is a farewell, it's only the committee of students who are going to organize the complete thing. Right from catering to ordering and doing everything, everything was done by the children. I think you have to give and you have to empower the students. If you empower the students, nothing like that, because these generation next is the one which is going to be future global citizens. I'll call it global citizens because I don't talk, nowadays we do not talk about just local circumstances. The children can be anywhere in the world, but they can still bring a lot of remuneration to their own country in the form of whatever they earn. If they're putting it to their parents, I think we'll be able to get a lot of foreign remittances. I believe in that. And then from 2019, April, I'm here at Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, and we are doing exceedingly well. Our children are given the opportunities not only in studies, but for all the spheres of education. If you talk about dance, I did share with you one of the dance production during the, this lockdown, all girls dancing from their house, then our children only editing the video and sending it to all the people. I think we need to empower the children, give them the opportunity to explore. The more they explore, yes, teachers have to be there. Teachers have to be the guide. They have to be like the facilitators. Just like a coach who is coaching basketball, he cannot do the basket himself. He has to coach the children, give them the tricks and the techniques, but the children have to do the things by themselves. Learning by doing is the, tag line here at DPSG Vasundhara. What we want is our children should have the experiential learning. By doing, they should learn. If they're mugging up and vomiting in the examinations, they will not recall it for a longer time. So we really want our children to do very well. I think this was all about my journey from a small village, Agar, in Pithoragarh, to where I am today. With the God's grace, I'm very happy. I've got two sons. The younger one is studying in our school in class 11 in the commerce stream. The elder son is a footballer basically. He's doing his MBA in sports management from Deakin University, Melbourne. And my wife is a teacher as well. She's a Hindi teacher with St. Teresa School in Indrapuram at the moment. But she also has been working in different places. She has got around 20 years of teaching experience now. I think this is how we have been traveling, a very happy and happy-go-lucky kind of a family who only believes in putting in the hard work and do whatever the work has been entrusted to us by the parents. If I can live up to the expectations of the parents, nothing like that. And I'm trying my level best to live up to the expectations of the managements wherever I've worked and the parents wherever I've worked. And I think this is what should be our aim in our life, that whatever we do it to the best of your ability. I may not be the best, but I can do to the best of my ability. I do not compete with anybody in the world. I don't compete myself with any principal in the world. I compete with what Trilok Singh Bist was yesterday, where he is today. If you compete with yourself, there is going to be a win-win situation always. Thank you, Pranav.
Thank you so much, Mr. Trilok Singh Bist, Principal, Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad, Vasundhara, NCR. I'm sure your journey will inspire many teachers. It will inspire many of our students and you to start their career as a teacher and rise like you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you,
so much, sir. Thank you.